Why did the man named Jesus?
Well, there's no need in standing up for the right. Stand up against the wrong.
I can't explain this feeling that's come over me, but it's one that lets me know that I got victory.
All my life I've waited for you through this burning pain.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
I hope you guys can hear me. I have such a delay on my end, but I'm watching it on Facebook and it seems to be going pretty good. So I'm just going to go with what's happening over here and not pay attention to what's over here. I'm the only one that's delayed. No one else is. But this is so exciting. I'm excited. Aren't you excited, Elaine?
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled.
So we are actually, okay, well, let's just back up to July 5th. On July 5th, we actually had the opportunity to launch our label officially. We had people come in. We had over maybe about 60 people to come and experience it. It was amazing. And so we're excited about that. And I know some of you weren't able to be there, but you've been praying for us and supporting us along this journey. It's been 2 years since we actually launched the label, and July 5th, we actually made it public.
And the funniest thing is that we had to have a launch because the record label took off like a rocket. So Katrice is like, hey, I think we need to have a launch, an official launch of what we're doing, because we're like full speed ahead with all the different artists that we have, and just the body of work that we're dealing with, and all the moving parts. It's been an incredible ride.
Yeah, we actually been in and out of the studio. We've been hey Marquetta, how you doing? Bishop, you need to be backstage. I sent you the link. Check your email.
Tell Bishop,
how you doing? Is that Shani?
Can you make sure Earl's backstage?
You need to be backstage. Sign in.
Can you check?
Oh, good. Hey Felton, how are you? So so anyway, we really, Elaine is correct. We really needed to do something to make sure that the artists that we already have don't get lost. You know, I like to follow up and stay on top of everything. So we took a pause in the summer months. We planned the launch and it was a success. I'm still hearing great things about the people from the people who came and participated as, you know, being as watching it with members. It's just been amazing. So what we're doing now is we are doing a recap. So a lot of times Elaine and I come on and we just recap and we give you guys updates. But this time we decided to do something a little different. And we're actually bringing on the artists who were able to minister and perform their songs that night. And we're going to talk to them and find out, have a good conversation with them about, you know, how they felt about the launch, how they feel about where they are, the journey, the music journey that they're on. And we're just going to, you know, see what they have to say instead of us being the ones to recap the whole thing for you. That sounds like a plan? So that's what we're going to do Hey, Minister Henry Hall, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you. So yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to bring them on. And y'all forgive my feed tonight. I'm delayed. Everybody else is not. I have no idea what's going on with my Wi-Fi. First coming up is Mark Wanzer, and his new single is All My Life. I'm going to ask you to make sure that you're not getting no feedback. Next up, we have Mark Woods, and his latest single is Gotta Do Right. And that was, he knocked our socks off that night. We up next, we have Pastor Vincent Russ, known as Vincent Praise. And his newest single coming out is called Limitless God. He's actually in the studio working on 2 songs at one time. So
overachiever.
yeah. Yeah. And next up we have Earl Sanders Sr. and his latest single is called Lord I'll Go. Elder Gloria is working on getting her sound right, and I don't know where Tina and Bishop are, but when they get backstage, we're going to bring them on the camera as well. So we're excited that you guys are with us. You can unmute your mics. StreamYard, you should be able to unmute your mics as long as you're not feeding back. We won't hear it. Right. So whenever you're ready to talk, you can just talk. It's not like Zoom, where you can't.
Watch the camera. Don't be walking all over. I see you, Earl Sanders.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear you. Everybody test your mic.
Then I'm not doing the thing. Go ahead.
How you doing?
All right, here we go. It's Bishop Fulton Parham, and he wasn't able to be at the launch with us, but Elaine and I actually sang his song, and his single is called "Preserve Me, Oh God." And
Brother Parham, they messed up your song.
We are here.
Yeah, Brother Parham, they did the best they could, but they just messed up your song.
That we did not.
No, we did not.
Don't listen to my brother.
No, we had to memorize the words and everything. We had to memorize the solo. We do that. We sang background.
Wow.
It was beautiful.
They did the best they could. They got about a good C+ on it, Brother Parham.
Not like the original artist. You are correct.
Yes, yes. So we're going to get into the conversation. And my first question is, and you guys could just tell us, your thoughts on it. But my first question is, how do you actually feel now that you're creating music, the music that's been in your head and it's getting out there to the public?
I feel relieved.
Okay.
Because now I no longer feel psychiatric.
Why you say psychiatric?
Because you got 1,000 things in your head. At least you can get some of them out, and that's a few less things you have to worry about.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can jump in on that relief part, maybe for a different reason. Because I think now God is saying, you finally doing what I told you to do. Because he be on you. When you don't do what he tells you to do, even though the music was being written, I was very hesitant on letting anybody hear it or getting it out. And between my wife and God, I got some burden lift off my shoulders right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I can go with that relief as well. But I'm relieved that the music that I've put out or written is actually getting out. The situation. I ain't gonna go into the details, but just to be able to work with you and Elaine, people of integrity is important to me. To be able to get what God has put in me to get it out. I trusted the wrong folk, but He's led me to you guys, and it's on the move. And that's my source of relief. It's finally getting to where it should be.
Yeah, Mark, he released his single in May, and he's already over 1,000 streams on Spotify. He's been pushing it.
Congratulations.
Yeah. No, I want to say June. It was June because we did it
June
for
21st. That's right. June 21st.
June for wedding month. Yeah.
Yeah, wedding.
And he's already over 1,000 streams on Spotify.
Beautiful song.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's your take on that, Bishop?
I feel relieved because y'all know my story. In the midst of giving up, I was saying, HELL double hockey sticks with the pulpit, HELL double hockey sticks with music, because there were people out there I just couldn't trust. I'm just being real. You told me to be real now.
Yeah, be real.
And when y'all came along, it was like, should I trust these people? And in the midst of me trusting you all, y'all did something that I've been wanting to do for years. And I thank y'all because now I finally found out what it means to have groupies. So it was good that y'all believed in me and I believed in y'all to help me, because everybody out there, they look for the almighty dollar. And when they look for the almighty dollar, they don't keep it 100. But one thing I can say about y'all kept it 100 with me, and I didn't know that I was the executive producer until y'all broke it down to me. And I thank y'all for that. I thank y'all for how y'all have pushed me and told me to stay encouraged. It's been a walk, a long walk, but I'm at the point now where I'm ready to do another 2 singles or two. I'm just ready. I'm ready, but I got to get that money up first. I know that.
Yeah.
But I thank you all. I really do. And I'm just happy to be a part of a label that is God sent.
Right.
Yeah. Earl, how you feel about your new journey? Somebody has something going on in the background. If you got noise in your background, your mic.
At 75 years old, doing a single, I really did have fun with it. I like to sing any song that has a message to it. I mean, that kind of fits my genre of music. So when I say I had fun with this, I like to have fun as I'm going along this journey. So I was talking to people, and I was starting to tease them, talking about I'm a superstar, no matter who you are. So this was my first experience of doing a CD release. So it was really fun for me. And I'm so glad that Elaine wrote this song for me, because as I listened to the words, it had meaning to it. So now I had to get used to singing by a track.
Oh, yeah.
So that was interesting. That was interesting. But the journey is nice. And no, I'm not like Brother Parham. I ain't doing this no more. Unless she writes a good song.
Yeah. Well, we got Tina Guitar has joined us, and her first single with us was Come to Jesus, and then her newest single is Let Me Love You. And so we're glad to have you here, Tina.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What the question on the floor is, how are you liking your new journey?
I'm loving my new journey. I love the way that you and Elaine have just let us have free reign over our creativity. And it's really nice to have that platform to do what you feel and sing what you love.
Yeah, that's that's one of the main focuses that Elaine and I talked about when we started the label. We didn't want the label to be I guess, cookie cutter. We wanted everybody to be able to be creative in their own space, exactly the way God gave you your songs. We just come alongside you, make it a professional project that can be played on radio or YouTube or, out there, and that the world that the world can receive and that can compete on the levels of the mainstream music. That's our goal. We don't want to change our artists to at all. We want you to be who you are. And I believe that's the uniqueness and the niche of our label. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, is that everybody brings something different. And I enjoy the fact that Tina, you know, you have your own uniqueness and vibe and presence and brand, and everybody else. Like, I love how you're kind of like our Christian rock star. Pastor Vincent is he's like our hip hop like our hip hop guy. Mark Wanzer is like our smooth R&B, like you don't even realize it, and then all of a sudden the Holy Spirit hits you. You know, you're like listening to something really smooth. And then, you know, Mark Woods, he's got his style, which is you're like mine. You kind of like you got the acapella thing, but then you're gonna do something else different next time. So you can't put us in a box, which is great.
Yeah.
And then Bishop Parham, he has his style, which I love, which is the ensemble, the church, songs for the church, and songs that are really out there, that are relative to, I think yours are timeless, which is great. And then my brother's song, like he said, I'm not doing this no more, but we'll see. But his is truly a testament. It's more of a quartet because he likes quartet. But it's just amazing that we're working with so many different genres of within gospel music, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Elder Gloria is trying to get on. She's more like our CCM style artist.
Yes.
Her songs are very to the point, tell stories of, you know, Christ, you know, who he is and those types of things. So I'm excited. And like Elaine said, she and I, when God downloads it, I don't think I have a style, but people try to put you in the style. But whatever he downloads, that's what I'm doing. And how it comes out, that's how it comes out. I got some stuff that's spoken word and music mixed. I got some choir songs. I got some, you know, some songs that the song that I just released is worship. Like you could play that in your prayer time and stuff like that, you know. So it's whatever God is saying, and that's the key, because so many labels, I think, make you, you know, if you don't have a certain sound or a certain look, they're not interested in you. And if they are interested in your gift or your talent, they want to shape you into something else. Right. You know, you got to sing this way or sing that way, you know, and so then now you're not you. They just want, you could just sing. Oh, she can sing or she can write. You know what I mean? They don't want the whole essence of who you are. And I'm so grateful that God has blessed us with such a variety of artists, such a variety of genre. It'll never be boring. You know, it'll never be boring.
That's
so
true.
Yeah. So that is awesome.
Yeah, could I hop in?
Yep.
Yeah. So I that's another reason why I'm relieved, because just like you said, it's no telling what style of music I might come out with next. Because because of my background between jazz, hip hop, but then there's also worship music and other things that God, to use your term, downloads, you know, and I'm relieved because, like you said, if somebody puts you in a particular box, if God downloads another style or genre in you, being in that box, you won't be able to release that. And I'm relieved, and I feel so. I guess the word I'm looking for is I'm happy and satisfied that if I come with a different genre other than with the first two songs that I'm putting out, I know that I'm free to put out whatever God tells me to put out next. So that's what's up.
Absolutely. Tina, you were getting ready to say something. Tina, can you turn your volume down a little bit?
Down?
Yeah, because it's feeding back. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get the feedback till you.
Is that better? Better?
Yes. You were getting ready to say something.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I really appreciate Katrice and Elaine, because they let us be who we are, and they encourage us to do what we feel in our soul. Like what you were saying, a genre. It's like it's really not a genre. It's like music for the soul. And everybody that came out that night and did the the record label release, they had their own style, they had their own songs, they had their own creativity, and it was really nice. And just to see everybody like just being who they are was really nice, and I enjoyed all of it. And I really thank Katrice and Elaine for like just encouraging us to do what we feel we need to do. And you guys are just so great. It's like I'm so glad you started this label. I'm so glad you like encourage us to do what we need to do and help us find like our road to like where we need to be and have our music go out there and like touch people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Katrice and I were talking about the fact that how did you guys feel when, they were responding to a song they never heard before? Like, like they never heard it before. And they were getting with it. And I was like so thrilled about that because they're like, they don't know these songs.
Right.
So it's important that that they are like your music is. First of all, we shouldn't care. It's what God gave us. But it feels good when the audience responds to what he's given you. So I thought it was really cool that they enjoyed every different artist. My nephew, who has Battle Creek Studios, he said, wow, between Pastor Vincent and Elder Gloria, he says, he said Pastor Vincent is kind of like in his wheelhouse of like music he would listen to. But he was really amazed and fell in love with Elder Gloria, who's like CCM, so to speak. And that shocked me because, he's a young guy. And he said, I really like her vibe. That's their word. He goes, I really like Elder Gloria's vibe. And I really enjoyed her. And that was like really heartwarming to hear.
Yeah. And even with all the different styles that are here now, there's still more to come. I know of two people that are going to be contacting you when you open the doors back up. Artists,
some break we're on.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I have one too.
Yeah, so it's just going to explode. I think this label is going to do some great things in this area and historic things.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to some collaborations.
Say that again.
Hey, Pastor Chris, how are you?
Collaboration.
Oh, collaboration. Okay.
Yeah. One of the things that we've been talking about as well is to keep it going. Like Earl says he doesn't want to do another song, but I'm telling you, once you get in the studio and you start you open up that Pandora's box. You know what I'm saying? It's like now that a faucet has been turned on, and so there's creativity that God continues to download stuff. You got to go back in. You got to do something else. You know what I mean? Because I never thought that I would be still recording after almost 30 years later. My first CD I released in almost 30 years ago. And I just never thought I would still be doing this. But when God gives you that, what's the word? That thing, you know it when you hear it. The world needs to do this. You know what I mean? Like, you know it when he gives it to you. So my next question is, what are you working on, and how soon do you want it to be released? I know some of you, but I want y'all to tell everybody else what you guys are working on now that everybody knows who you are. Mark, you can go. Mark Wanzer, you can go first.
Well, I'm going to do a re-release, a song called "Jesus Says," that was we originally done with a group called Direction 356. Yeah, I'm the songwriter, and my good friend Keith Worthington, he wrote the music. So, and really didn't go anywhere for the same reasons I spoke of before, just trusting the wrong people. But I believe that song should be heard, especially today, with all the craziness and turmoil that's going on in this country. And, I think people need to be reminded of what Jesus says. I'm not going to tell you what he says, but you have to wait for it to be released. And that'll be released, I'm hoping, very soon, going back in the studio next month to tighten up a few things. So, pretty soon.
That's awesome. Mark Woods, you got something on the burner you want to start working on?
Well, I'm just dealing with different tunes now because this is still pretty new to me, so I'm still.
What do you mean by dealing with different tunes?
Different sounds and concepts. Like I did a song about a virtuous woman.
Okay.
That I've been working on.
Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna take a break right here and say hi to some people. Hello, Dino Anthony Connerly, and Gary Nelson is signed on. Hi, Pastor Chris Bettner is on. He actually was at the release. He was one of the people that was sharing with me when I went to church the next week how blessed they were from being there.
Thank you, Pastor Chris.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So now Vincent Praise, what's your next thing? What you working on?
So I tell you, I'm like a kid in a candy set right now. And I say that because I have a lot of songs, and I'm just like bugging out trying to figure out which one I want to do after the first two. So and I'm listening, and I got some, and what T.H.S.A. Records has done for me is that some of the songs that I wrote that I really was not feeling, they got some new light on it now. Because now I can see, well, maybe I wasn't feeling it for this reason, but I can put this on it, and I wasn't feeling it for that reason, so now I can put that on it. So I'm really excited because now I'm just kind of flipping through the catalog and trying to figure out which one is going to be next. But I do want to say, especially since my pastor is listening, the first song that I put out, Limitless God, and I know that I wasn't able to share this with everybody prior, that song literally came from a theme that our church had in 2018, I believe it is. That was the theme of our church for the year, a limitless God, right? And we have themes, right? But this particular theme, I was in a place where I was questioning God. I was in a place where I didn't think God, like I thought God maybe had enough of me and maybe not enough of what I wanted, and that theme was Limitless God. So it really moved me to, and I wrote this song back then as well. And it has made some transformation since then. But that song I'm really excited about because it really has a special meaning in the place I was at the time. So I'm just really excited about how that's going.
Yeah. So Earl, what you working on?
Well, I probably look, never say never. I guess I'm gonna let Elaine be a little bit creative. I could maybe do a little rap, as long as it's one line.
No, Earl is going to do. I'm really feeling a ballad.
Oh yeah, that would be nice for him. Yeah,
I'm really
that would
feeling
be nice.
a ballad, and because Earl has a style similar to Mark Wanzer, and so I'm really feeling a ballad. So I got you, bro.
Yeah, that's nice. I could see him doing a nice ballad. That would be great. Hey Pat, thanks for tuning in.
Hey Lynn. Yep.
Bishop, what you working on?
I've sat back and I've listened at a lot of other songs out. Like everybody on here, I'm listening to y'all stuff as well. And my mindset, I looked through the book of songs that I have written, and there's something that I want to do. I want to take a old song and I want to redo it. I rearrange it and everything. And there's one that I was at UMAC, and I've seen how people like to a lot of the upbeat songs. Mm-hmm. And when I was visiting the headquarters, I was talking to Katrice, and I was telling her about the one song called Power, Lord Send It Down. So between Power, Lord Send It Down, and Become This Far by Faith, those two songs I really want to do. And I think that I've done Become This Far by Faith once in a music workshop, and the people said, where did that come from? So that's one I want to do, and Power, Lord Send It Down, because like I said again, at UMAC, I've seen how people love to get into it. They love to get into it, and they love to praise God. But I've done Power as really, with my community choir, and every time that I wanted to, like, I was tired and I want to get off the stage, I would start singing. I have them sing Power, and the power of God will come down, and I just be like, they know what that means. It's good. Y'all shout, but what are you shouting? Going on. But those two songs that I really want to do between now and this time next year, I want to get in the studio, get it done, so it can get out to the people.
All right.
Elder Gloria, is your mic working?
Nah.
She's on mute.
Yeah, and I can't unmute her. I can mute and unmute Tina. I can't mute her.
Oh,
Tina,
wow.
tell us what you work. Tina, tell us what you're working on.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Oh, Elder Gloria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elder Gloria, can you say something?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no. I'm telling you, it's your volume. Go ahead, Tina. Tell us what you're working on.
Okay. What I'm working on is I've got 2 songs that are done already. I Miss You, and what was the other one? I Miss You, and we did 2 songs.
Yeah, I forget the other one.
My goodness. I Miss You, and there's another one, and I'm going to put out another like a remake of Jesus Loves Me, This I Know, for the Bible tells me so. I want to do that. And I got one more song called Can't Stop Thinking About Loving You. So the 2 songs, I Miss You, are done, and the other song, and I just have 2 more songs I need to do in the studio, and then we'll be done.
Elaine and I were talking. That's awesome. Elaine and I were talking this week, and we were talking about the difference in a full project, an EP, and a single. Now, I know a lot of us on here, I just released a full project. Mine was more like a re-release in September of this past year. But a lot of us on here come from the era where you had a full CD, like 12, 13, 15 songs on a project. So how do you feel about how do you feel about just putting out one song at a time? Anybody can answer that. Hold up, Tina. Let me unmute
because it's like if people are following you, they want to hear different things from you. I'm new to this EP and all this digital stuff. I just want my songs to go out there and like people to be able to hear them. I like CDs. I like albums. Digital airways, I don't know. I guess that's the way of the future. But I just want the songs to be heard because it's so much fun to put your like creativity out there and let people hear it. It's like what you hear in your head, and when you go in the studio and you finally get it done, and it's like, wow, that sounds really good. And I just listen to my stuff.
To your point,
vinyls, I don't care.
Vinyls are actually coming back.
Yeah,
I know.
The big vinyls are actually coming back.
Right.
younger generation has found it's a big difference in that analog and digital. Analog
Right.
is so much richer. It's a richer sound. And so the vinyls are coming back. Yep.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and to what Katrice and I were talking about, you have to kind of do both, you know, like because a lot of us are working in our churches, music ministry in our churches as well. I get it all the time. Like, when you gonna do another CD? When you gonna do another CD? And I'm thinking like, hey, I kind of like this single drop thing, you know, like finish a song, drop it, finish a song, drop it. But what I'm finding is that works for, believe it or not, the audience I didn't know that I had. I did not know that I had a younger audience. I didn't know that. I'm just finding that out. Like, I'm like, wow, young people enjoy me. Young people like my music. I'm blown away. But you know, that just blows my mind. And then the people at my church, which are more seniors, they want a hard copy that they are still putting in their cars. They have a CD player at home. So I kind of have to do both, and Earl had to do both as well. We just got back from a family reunion.
And I think Bishop and Elder Gloria both did hard copies of their singles.
Yes, and I love it.
I was actually asked Sunday. I ministered at Tina's church, and the lady walks up on the stage and she says, "I have your first project. Have you released anything recently?" I said, "I actually just released a song on Friday, but if I had had a hard copy, that would have been a sale." Yeah. And I didn't do hard copies. I haven't done a hard copy since my second project, but you know, like I've been doing digitals, but that would have actually been a sale that day if I would have had a CD to give her. Because once you do it, you carry them everywhere. You take them and you put them in the trunk of your car. You always have them on you because you never know, you know. Anybody else want to talk to that?
The one thing I like about streaming is that it goes all over the world. I was surprised at all the different places that my song is streaming in, you know, what is it? South Africa, United Kingdom, Philippines, all over the world.
All over the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the one at a time, and I like it because when you financing it yourself, you can wait for the next check to come in. You gotta pay for
Come on.
That's a good point.
If you had to do, like, I come from that era as well. Whole albums, you know, 13 songs. So, but if you gotta finance all of that before you can put it out, hey, I probably would
be 5 years
for a minute.
Yeah.
But I like this, and I'm glad you spoke, because I was kind of wrestling with the fact that whether I should do CDs as well as stream. And because I had an experience, there was a woman that came to our church with CDs. I bought the CD, but I couldn't find nothing to play it on. You know, I had to pull something out that I had not been using to play it on and then transfer it. But you made a good point, Katrice, about always having that hard copy. So hard copy with you, because you never know. So I, like Elaine said, I guess I'll do both. You know, like my brother was saying, Brother Woods, it's going to get out there on the internet. But at the same time, no matter where you are, when you have something in your hand, it's important. And I like the cover artwork and all that kind of stuff as well too. So
have you guys been getting invitations to places? Have you been getting invitations since the release?
Not me.
I have. Well, can I just tap back for a second?
Sure.
I did this single thing because I wasn't sure of this digital platform. So I did this single, and it has opened up doors for me. To a point now where I'm trying to reestablish ambassadors of integrity all over again, because it's opening up doors. And you know, Katrice has put stuff on my page, and the crazy part about it, I had to back out of stuff because my wife has cancer, so it's conflicting with dates. But it has opened up doors for me, like to go to Canada, go to Chicago, Norfolk State University, where I went to school at. Behold the green and gold. So it has opened up doors. I was in Florida on the Western Panhandle side. It has opened up doors for me. But the actual entity of having that hard copy, I was sitting down one day and I was thinking about how can I present a thank you to my first project. I went to Walmart, got some thank you cards, and I gave one to Elaine and Katrice at UMAC, and they was like, "Well, what is this?"
It was beautiful.
It was a wonderful package.
It
That
was.
a
I was like,
package.
oh my gosh. I still have the card.
I signed the CD, and then I put it in here like this, and then I have a thank you card on the inside with my business card and the CD. And people were like, "Well, how much it costs?" I was giving some away, but people would reach in and give me $20 for a CD.
Yeah.
I say it's only a single. They say we believe in you, and we thank you. And they would just walk away. I'm like, I don't have change for 20. I'm not asking you for change, but to have this on hand, people they look at and say, okay, I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
That was a great idea.
I had the wonderful experience of being asked to sing at our Family and Friends Day at St. John, and that was really, really nice. And I am kind of unique because I can sing behind a podium as well as a microphone. But I also was asked to sing at our family reunion. And just like Brother Parham, I had 10 folks giving me $25, giving me $20. Don't give me no change. And what that did, it allowed me to give some CDs away to folks who could not afford to buy it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Man, that's good.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, I've always used my CDs as evangelistic tools as well. I only ever made hard copies of 2 singles. Everything else is a full project. So when I'm giving away CDs, they're getting like 12, 10, like, and I mean, you have to do it. Not my, first of all, it's not my music. It's God's music.
Amen.
And when He bless somebody, I bless them because I know that He can give me more than what $10 or $15 can do for me. He can open doors that no man can shut.
That's right.
Try to always open to realizing that this is God's music.
Yeah,
it's not Katrice's music. Yes, we have to say that to promote it and market it so that people know who you are. But this is God's music.
Yeah.
There is no good thing in us, not one good thing. Who am I that I could think of a song that says, Creator, we honor you. You are holy. Who am I?
Yeah.
You know, that is all the Holy Spirit. You know, lift him higher than before. We want to lift ourselves. We don't want to promote nobody but us. You know, when he's giving you words like preserve me, oh God, and while I wait, I'll praise, Lord, I'll go. The words to these songs that God is downloading to us, the melodies, they are straight from heaven. So I don't claim any music other than I have to do it legally. I have to do it so that we can market it and promote it. But even when I'm writing out my, like my promotions, when I'm doing your promotions, I am strategic about the wording that I use when I promote your music, because I don't want people to think that we think it's all about us. This is a God thing, straight up. There is no other way to say it. This is a God thing, and He gets the glory, He gets the honor, and He gets the praise. And so, I give away CDs all the time.
Me too.
But when God says somebody, I bless somebody instantly, because that's what it's about.
That's right.
That's what it's about.
I agree.
So, I had another question, but it just left me. So, musically, what was the most difficult thing that you had to get over as far as recording in the studio? I'm looking at my screen, and I know all of us sing in church. We do it in an instant, in the drop of a hat. We have no problem praising the Lord on a Sunday morning. But when you got in that studio, what was the thing that you had that thing that you had to overcome in order to make the recording great?
I had to actually overcome nervousness, and I've been singing since I was young fella, you know, Michael Jackson days, you know. So, it wasn't well. This last project song. For some reason, after having been in the studio, I was all of a sudden nervous again, and I had to get over that. And you know, the first go round, I didn't like it, so we went back in and redid it. You know, after I got over the nerves, but I had to get over being nervous. And like you said, you know, we sing at the drop of a hat and do it well, but for some reason, getting in that booth with that little stuffy booth with that big microphone in front of you, it just did something to me. And yeah, that's what I had to get over.
But you all made it fun though.
Hold on a second. Tina, I have to mute you if you're not talking because it's so much feedback. I'll unmute you when you talk.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Elaine and Katrice made it fun. I agree with you, Mark. You're nervous because I can sing impromptu at the drop of a hat.
Right. Yeah.
But now you're in the booth and you say, "Oh God, I can't cover up nothing." You know what I mean? But they made it fun and they made it interesting. You know, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was difficult for me is it's so funny because when years ago when I was trying to record, you know, it was always with someone younger, and I said, "Don't treat me like Ani Lane. Treat me like an artist that you're trying to get something out of." And they still were very shy. So with Katrice does not care. She's like, "You don't know how to do this," blah, blah, blah. And then she'll be like, "But do whatever you want." And then now I'm in a place where I'm telling my older brother, like, act like you're in church, you know, like, oh my God. So it was, I was like, "Lord, teach me how to navigate in this new space," because, you know, we were always taught, respect your older brothers and sisters, and there's a way. And so it was so fun. And he was, for someone who's always got words, he was kind of quiet.
He was.
Which made it even more fun for me because I'm like, he's speechless. Because that meant he was like, "Oh Lord, just let me get through this." He's like, "Elaine, I need this to be over. I need this to be over." So it was fun for him to take direction from Katrice and myself, you know, and his younger sister. That was hilarious.
We have a question before somebody else answers. Adele Irvin says, "Is it possible to see the original event that is related to this recap?" Adele, no, we only could afford, you know, we independent. So it was get a videographer or a photographer. And so I got a photographer because I can do more marketing with those pictures. I can create a video, you know, from still shots. And I have video of some of the artists already. So that was my thinking in when we were putting the launch together. It was like, you know, and we do have ways that people can sponsor and partner with us financially, but you know, I had to weigh the finances, and so we got a photographer. So we will be posting the pictures. I wanted to wait till after we did the recap to, you know, put the pictures out there. So we will be posting some pictures from the event on our Facebook page and our YouTube. I'll probably put a video together, but sorry. And I know visuals are important. I'm trying to get these guys to do some videos of, you know, of their songs and stuff like that. I do know visuals are important, but sorry, this time we don't have that. All right, who was getting ready to
well, one of the toughest parts for me that made it scary, that was scary to me, was laying down all the tracks. I kind of felt like I had to get it right the first shot. And I realized you can always redo something. You know, you don't have to be perfect the first time.
Yeah.
Punch it in is my friend.
Yes.
Punch it in.
I love it.
Yeah, my experience is a little bit different. My fear actually came from when I was on at the launch.
Oh.
I've always had somewhat of a fear of being before people. When I'm in the booth, I'm like, ain't nobody watching me. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And I'm going for it. You know, but when I get before people, I always want to represent God well in my presence. You know, because and I say that because my background, and you know, it's amazing how sometimes we need to let stuff go.
Yeah.
From that has touched you. Like I'm talking years ago when I was younger. When I was in bands, it used to always be a competition. So your presentation and how you looked always was the main thing. So even now, when I'm representing God, I want to make sure that I'm not looking at lifting me up.
Right.
Yeah.
I get nervous when I get before people sometimes, and I still pray about that. But when I'm in the booth, I'm like, you know, I don't have no problem in the booth.
Yeah.
My problem is when I get out there in front of folks.
Yeah.
And you know, especially by myself. When I'm with the praise team, it's different, but when I'm by myself, it's just a little different. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the reasons why, and then we'll go into somebody else's answer. One of the reasons why we did a dress down event was because I know the pressure of having to be an artist and having to present yourself a certain way. And I didn't want any of you to be extra nervous. We could have done this is a formal affair and you know, yada 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 and all of that kind of stuff, but I needed you to be comfortable in your mind and in your own being doing this. Like a lot of us, like my you know, like branding yourself is important, and we talk about that all the time. We try to make sure that you're branding yourself evenly and throughout the market. So when people see you, they know this is Tina guitar. You know, she's always going to have that guitar, that leather, that purple is her thing. You know what I mean? So you find your niche, you know what I'm saying? And so, but at the same time, there comes a time when you have to be comfortable.
Yeah.
As well. And a lot of times when people get all dressed up and this and that, they're expecting a certain thing. So we were like, nope, this is dressed down, come as you are, you know, still try to be your brand, you know, but come as you are and just be comfortable. And that was the space that Elaine and I talked about intentionally when we were planning the launch, because I get it. We operate in both sectors all the time, and I get it. It is a difference when your presentation is dressy opposed to casual. You know, people have a whole different attitude. Yeah. So that was one of the reasons why we did it that way. Tina, tell us what your most difficult thing is in the studio.
Having to sing at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
That's a good one.
Thank you. That's rough. Like my voice, I don't know. Nighttime's a lot better, but when it's got to be 9 o'clock, if we got to do 9 o'clock, it's like I get a little nervous about that because I don't know what's going to come out.
Yeah, yeah. One of the things I can say about working with Tina is when we go in the studio, she knows exactly what she wants. I play keys for her on her songs, on her tracks. I'm on the keyboard, and my husband plays the drums. She knows exactly, like, I don't have to guess. I don't have to figure it out. She's like, play this, play that. She gives me chords, and I read music, and I play, you know, and so she tells me what chords to play. We're doing this, we're doing that, and it's so easy. I don't have to figure it out. But it's a pleasure, and that's a gift to be able to know your music like that. You know, to be able to know your notes. She actually produces all of her instrumentals. We just go in and play them. Donnell's the engineer that records them. She does all of it. She tells us she plays the bass, the guitar, tells us the keyboard, like sort of like what Mark did with the vocals on his song, like all of it. The drums, telling John what to play, you know, this and that or whatever, all the way down to the ad libs and the riffs you hear her playing throughout the song, like as the song progresses. And that is definitely a gift. That's a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, we can hear you.
It's so nice to hear what you feel come to life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Bishop, what's your hardest thing in the studio? Sitting on the sideline, because you didn't sing. You ain't sing on your project, but you did go in and you recorded the the talking part. You did the intro.
I think for me was like perfection. Everybody is now saying, "Oh, we heard you speak." That's a good thing. But a very known gospel artist told me this. He said, "I don't know if you can sing like you used to sing." He said, "But on your next project, I want to hear you. If I don't hear nobody else, I want to hear you sing on your next project." So I think for me going into the studio this time around was I was looking at perfection. I was nervous. Even the day of, when I first seen Elaine, I just went up to her. She was parked on the other side of the parking lot a little bit. I went up to her and I gave her a hug, and I wanted to make sure that everybody that came to sing, they was happy, and I made sure that I paid them well. So I think my thing was perfection, to make sure that everything was taken care of across the board. I was nervous even going in. Some people canceled on the day of, the night before. So I was very nervous, but I thank God for you two, if nobody else, and my wife, to tell me just hold it in the road, stop crying, it's gonna be all right. But I know that on my next project I'm gonna have to get with Katrice, because I don't sing for Craig Hayes anymore. I have my own group and I sing my own way. But I know coming out next I'm gonna have to get with Tina and probably Mark and Earl and Vincent. And don't be shaking your head no. We said this is a family affair. And by being a family affair, one thing that I was telling
part of
Katrice
the
and Elaine
T.H.S.A.
before,
family.
I want to make it a family affair.
Yeah, nice.
You know, I don't know. I'm trying to get my funds together, because I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in years, and that's I'm gonna actually sing a solo.
All
And
right.
and the people gonna hear me since I was a little kitty Parham days, but they're gonna hear me. So, but yeah, but no, going in, I was nervous. I wanted to make sure everything was perfect across the board.
Yeah, nice, nice. That's good. That is one of my things about. That's one of my favorite. Can make it perfect, but my pet peeve is I don't want it to be perfect, because I want it to be professional, and like, you know, you clean up the big mistakes, but there's some things that sometimes you can overproduce a track. Let me put it that way. It can be overproduced, where it takes the life out of it. I've been on projects like that, where like in the studio we were killing it and it was real and it sounded really great, but then when we heard the CD, there was so many things that taken out or overproduced, or, you know, reverbed and this and that, so many effects put on it, that it just took the whole life out of the project. I never want to make that mistake. You know, I want to be able to, when you hear my songs, you feel what I was singing. You know, when I was in the studio, you feel what I was playing when we were playing that instrument. I need you to feel that when you listen to it in your car, and all of those kind of things. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
You know, you said about that feeling thing. Just before I left you, Matt, one of the radio announcers from down in Miami Gardens, she said I listened to the CD. She said on my way home that night, she said I felt what you was saying. I felt what the choir was singing. She said she began to cry. So when you do something like that, when you allow a person to feel what you was feeling, either writing it or playing it, it does something to you, because now you can say, you know what, God, thank you for allowing me to touch somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care if I never get $1 million or 1 million streams, but just for someone to say, I felt what you was feeling, and it touched my heart, it touched my
Yeah.
soul. So I think that's what I got from that feeling, that emotional, because for her to say that, and I just gave her a CD that night, because I'm trying to connect with a lot of radio stations, and she said I felt the actual feeling of how you felt writing that song. She said I felt what you felt, and she said I
Yeah.
began to cry. So that feeling plays a very big important role in what you
Yeah.
produce.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We have a question, Elaine. It is, what is the acronym T.H.S.A Records mean?
The Holy Spirit abides.
We knew that.
I know.
It was a question in the. It was a question in the chat. That question
was in the chat.
Yeah.
It was in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, it means the Holy Spirit abides. And when God gave it to me, I was like, okay, God, you know, that's a big, that's a lot. That says a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
So, but we're coming up on our hour. I have just been so giddy and so happy that you guys are on. Elder Gloria sends her apologies. She says she couldn't get her live stream. You guys saw her briefly on the screen.
Yeah.
I love her dearly. And I know she was like over there, oh my God, I'm going to get this live stream together. Because even when we did her interview, she couldn't get on. We had to talk to her through like FaceTime. But I'm going to have to give her a course on how to get on.
Yeah.
For those of you who are watching, we do have opportunities for you to sow into this awesome label, into these people, into the people that God is going to send. I am actually not even going to. Yes, go.
Before you do that, tell them what Elder Gloria's next project is, because we don't want to.
Oh, wow. Yes. Her next project is called No Weapon. And
No Weapon.
It's not even CCM. It has like a Jamaican feel to it. Like, oh my God,
I love it.
It's so cool. It's a fun song. And I'm
Pastor
excited.
Russ, you're gonna love it too.
Yeah, we meet with her tomorrow so we can get her back in the studio. She's excited about getting back in the studio to get that done. I think Russ is working on 2 songs right now. He's gonna be in studio. Mark will be in the studio next month. I'm in the studio. I was supposed to go Thursday, but I'm not. I'm gonna wait till I come back from Connecticut and go. I need my mind to be clear. And I have a new song that I want to put down. Like Tina is working on her project. Tina and Elaine will be releasing full projects close to the end of the year. Tina's looking for December. And I don't know if Elaine wants to do that time of year or wait till spring, but she's got stuff in the fire right now. Her latest single is You Are My Father, and she's working on, we don't even know the name. We need a name, Elaine.
Help My Unbelief. It's Help My Unbelief.
Help My Unbelief. We decided, okay.
Yeah.
Help My Unbelief. She had the opportunity to sing it at the UMAC conference. And when I tell you, people are still talking about, that's all I got is the promises of God.
Promise of God. Yeah.
So that's going to be a really, really, really blessed song for our fan base. And so we are excited about what God is doing. Anybody, when I like to close out with nuggets. So
go back to how they can sow. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot.
Go back to that. Because that was a big important piece, but I didn't want to take away from Elder Gloria not being able to be here.
So you sponsorship, and we have levels. And Tina, I'm sorry, I'm covering you up right now, but you can sow through Cash App at $Kat Cornett, T.H.S.A Records Venmo. You can sow through Zelle, and you can go to our website. And I'm so upset because when I went to update the website, it was down today, and I don't know why, but I'm gonna be on that tomorrow because y'all know that's what I do. But you can go to our website, thsarecords.com, and it'll be a button there, and you can donate whatever, but there'll also be information on how you can actually partner with us. You can partner with us through different levels of sponsorships or services rendered. So like when we have concerts or when we, makeup artists, photography, if you want to volunteer your services that way, we're open to that as well. So events and concerts and even studio time, like, when you come out to the studio, when we did Bishop's recording, we had photography, video, Everything was in the studio all at once. We recorded the whole process. It was amazing. We had a videographer there, so he had content, and everybody knows now marketing, social media, content is key. And so he had tons of content to put out. We did the same thing with Tina. You know, when I'm working with Tina, I'm constantly videotaping her and, you know, putting her things out. Elaine is the same way. And so we have those options when we do things, that if you partner with us in that way, just reach out to us. You can email me at thsarecords@gmail.com, or just go to our website. Everything is the name of the record on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. We don't do all of those, you know, acronym names and stuff. The record label is T.H.S.A. Records. Google us and find us anywhere. And so we are grateful for that. So as we close out, I'm going to ask the artist, if you have a nugget that you would like to leave someone who is thinking about doing what you're doing and stepping out. We can start with Tina this time, and we'll go from Tina and we'll go around. I'm calling you in the way that I see you on my screen. And so, Tina, drop a nugget for somebody who wants to do what you're doing.
A nugget I'd like to drop is embrace your creativity. And if you need like someone to help you along and just get your music out there and your spirit, go to Katrice and Elaine. They can help you like get your music out there and your creativity, and it's such a good feeling.
Bishop, what's your nugget?
Believe in your dream. Allow God to direct your footsteps. And no matter what come or go, just know that if others say that you're a failure, believe in yourself and allow your dream to flourish with or without others. And just know that when you put it in God's hands, God will make sure that it comes out correct.
Nice. Earl, what's your nugget?
Serving others and serving Christ. When you look at Brother Vince and Brother Mark and Sister Gloria, and of course, you know, myself, we're older, and we just have to continue to serve until God says no.
I like it. Vincent Praise, what's your nugget?
Yeah, you know, don't let the enemy talk you out of what God has given you. No matter what you look like, no matter how old you are, no matter what you've been struggling with, God has given it to you. The enemy is going to try his best, because that's what he does, to talk you out of it. But just go forward in him, and you'll see things that you never could imagine that you'll see.
Yeah. Mark Woods, what's your nugget? You're on mute.
Don't delay. You know,
I like
whenever
it.
you catch a vision, do it as soon as possible, because things will try to talk you out of it, or you'll try to talk yourself out of it. But as soon as you catch the vision, act on it, because you have a resource to do so.
Nice. Mark Wanzer, what's your nugget?
Well, I want everybody just to listen to all them nuggets that just came up, because they're all great. They are all wonderful nuggets, as you say, and don't forget to pray about it, and you know, like Bishop said, follow your dream. Talk to God about your dream. Now, make sure it is of God. Amen. And just go ahead and do it. You know, do it in His time, in His strength. You know, and just, what's that saying? Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Elaine, what's your nugget?
I never felt like I was the greatest singer, but I recognize that there are people out there that have opinions that are just sitting on their couches. And God allowed me to recognize that you're doing it and they're not.
That's right.
So keep your focus on that audience of one, which is Him. And I'm the one giving it to you. I'm the one giving you the strength. I'm the one giving you the wherewithal and the passion. And it's for my glory. So I had to arrive at that because I felt like, are they going to like my song? You know, like, are they going to enjoy it? Are they going to, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
It's my love song to God, and it's how I give him glory. So it's a place I had to arrive at.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
My nugget is to just be who you are. Be who God, know who you are, be who God created you to be, and be confident in that. And understand that He doesn't make any mistakes. Everything that God created in you is for a purpose. I have a song. I'm actually working on the video too, that I recorded the video 2 summers ago and just never put it out. But the song is called Purpose. You ever wonder what your purpose is or what He has in store for you? To Him, like Mark said, and like everyone else on here said, understand that you are created with a purpose, and everybody can't do what we do. Everybody had, I'm gonna leave you with this. I went to a workshop at Victory in Christ Christian Center, and one of the speakers was she was talking on vocals, and she actually, one of the things she said stuck with me and is still with me. She said, everyone has a talking voice, but not everyone can sing.
Right. I remember.
Everyone can speak, but not everyone can sing. And so you are set apart for this. That's your purpose. Walk in it and understand it and be confident in that. Be strong and courageous and go get your land. That's a song I wrote too. But I'm telling you, God is amazing, and He will do it. And so we thank you for tuning in tonight. We thank each of artists for getting on and sharing their heart. And I know for a lot of us, this is new. You know, I just started really feeling comfortable doing live streams and, you know, all of that kind of stuff, even though that's my business. I market social media marketing. That's one of my businesses. That just was never my thing to get in front of a camera, but I'm just starting to feel comfortable because it's needed to be able to promote and do the things that we have been called to do. It's just where a space that you have to be in. And so God has been blessing me with more confidence to do it and more creativity of ideas of things on how to do it. And that's what He's going to do for all of us when we trust Him and stay focused on Him, like everyone here has said. So thank you for tuning in. Look forward to some great music. Elaine, you got something?
I have on my Raise Your Mic t-shirt.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
For a reason. So Mark Woods is our winner, right?
Yes.
And he was able to perform at the T.H.S.A. to minister in song, and we were able to do his entire single as the winner. But we want to encourage anyone to participate when we start dropping the information for 2025.
2025, that's right. It'll be our 2025 winner. And it'll, as soon as I can get them to put my website back up, it'll be all the information will be on the website, and we'll make sure we post it on our social media platforms. Thank you for that, Elaine. See, that's why two heads are better than one. Look, we need each other. I need her. Thank you so much. Yes. We're excited about that as well. So we thank you again for tuning in. May the grace and peace of God be with you and your families. And just keep a lookout. You see the artist, anything you see T.H.S.A. Records, I encourage you to share it, to promote it, to buy it, to download it, and to come out to our events. We'll be having some concerts. Actually, some of the artists will be performing in Clayton, New Jersey on September the 21st. At a community music festival. So some of us will be out there singing some of our songs. So come on out. I'll be posting that on the Facebook page as well. But we thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the questions and being a great audience. We love you all. May God's grace be with you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.